Hi, today we have another folding camera. It is strange how cameras seem to come in lots. I'm just looking around all the time for cameras that I haven't done before, and I don't know why, but they always seem to come in groups. When I was looking at English cameras, I kept finding sort of ensigns, etc. And at the moment, I'm not particularly looking for folding cameras, but in the last month, I found about 4 1930s folding cameras. And this, I reviewed Agva only just recently. And this, again, I do apologise for the pronunciation. I always pronounce this Ihagee, Ihagee, or is it Ihagee? No doubt someone or lots of you are going to tell me. But let's have, it's a German camera from about 1935. One telltale sign that it's early-ish is we've got two few indicators at the back. So this is before film is getting numbered in different areas, so that we can do not only 6x6 or 6:9, we can also do 6x4.5 depending on the aperture in the camera. So let's start. So well, I'm going to start by talking about, I have had a film in this camera, and you basically would put the empty spool here. This is where you wind, so the film will go from this point over to here. What I particularly like about this is the nice folding out to put the film in. I thought that's a really nice feature, because it can be a right pain to put the spool in, but that really helps. Okay, so in there, and I round the number 1 to the second number 1, then the number 2 was there. If I had the mass in order to do I think 6 by 4.5, then what would have happened, I would have put number 1 there, and then number 1 there, number 2 there, number 2 there, number 3 there, number 3 there, number 4 there, hope that makes sense. You do get this on other cameras, especially 1920s, 1930s cameras. So once we've got that sorted out, let's open up the camera. So there's a button here. I simply press the button and then out we are. And we've got a really nice quality camera here. The lens is a 4.5, 105. 105 is quite a common focal length for 6x9. Remember the back here, 6 centimeters by 9 centimeters by 6. So we get 8 photographs on a roll. The focusing, which is done by this lever here. So this whole shutter lens array moves. Can you see that? Nice clear movement, right? And you set the aperture here. So I would focus, set my aperture, probably Sunny 16 rule, so I would probably put it on 125, or sorry, 100th of a second, f8 for daylight. Today it's a bit cloudy, but it's a bit sunny as well. And then I simply bring my shutter over there. There's a bit of camera movement there that I hadn't noticed before, and click, and wind on. There's a viewfinder here, and there's a viewfinder here. I like this viewfinder here. This would be for if you were holding it on your wrist, and this is your eye. What is nice about the eye level one is that it's got the built-in mask if you were using its 4.5 times 6. So a nice looking camera, typical of its sort of age, I did wonder if it had had a wire viewfinder, but I don't think it has. The bellows seem quite clean. It reminded me of the advert I previously did a couple of weeks ago. Very nice camera, but the big question with all these things is, did it actually produce any photographs? Was the focusing out because of this slight movement at the front? The bellows look okay, but you don't know until you put in a film. I'm using Formapan 100. Let's see how that film performed when I used this camera. Actually, I didn't use Formapan. I had a very ancient Delta Ilford film, which was about 24 years old, and it had been fridge stored, but the problems you see on this photograph of the mottling is typical of the issues you get on an old film. So what this has proved is A, the camera is working absolutely fine. This is quite incredibly sharp for a camera of its age, and the condition of the camera is not bad, but the photos actually are far better than I expected. It's the film that has let this camera down, so what I really need to do is have another go and put a different film, a fresh film. I should know my lesson. I've learnt it often enough. There is a bit of a fad for using old films, but actually they can have issues, as you can see here. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.